to get your helmets on because it's going to get rough in here. All the way from Studio B, it's showtime for John, Ken, and Mark, the Detroit Sports Authority.
Hey, who brought the dog in here?
I don't know.
Somebody, the announcer said it's going to get rough in here, huh?
Who let the dogs out? All right.
Who let the dog in?
Welcome, everybody. Here's John Sarver sitting on this side of the board tonight. Yay, I get to do these duties. Welcome to the Detroit Sports Authorities, the only place not bought and paid for by any other team. Along with us tonight is the Super CPA, just a couple of months away from his season. Ready to go. It is Kenny Pocket. Hiya, Kenny.
Hey, John, and hello to all our wonderful listeners out there. I hope you got your helmets on.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to all our 20,000s. We may have a special guest we'll be calling a little later on, only because that person seemed to have broke the internet over the weekend, and so we want to make sure that we say howdy do to her, too. Let's see now. The Detroit Sports Authorities, let me read this piece of paper here in my hand. I mean, have we not have this memorized? We are not bought and paid for by anybody. We do have the highest standards here. We are not experts. We're authorities. That makes us one better. We don't have the FCC. Did we say that? But we do have the DMCA. Yeah, I'm going to remember that one. Here, so sometimes the language might be a little bit salty, and if it does...
So what? You know, we're talking about the Lions. It's going to get salty, okay?
Oh, my God. It's going to be horrendous. Talk about which all opinions expressed in the show is sorely Ken's. So, no, it's ours, so, and nobody else's.
Which means they're right.
Yeah, so buzz off. Oh, by the way, we got to talk LLC. Don't go away anywhere. All right, so everything else that we have, this is going to be one of the very few last sit around the old hot iron stove, because pretty soon you're going to be able to see Ken and myself and their beautiful faces with a wonderful background and the whole 9 yards. So prepare. You want to see this.
It'll be blue screen, so trust me, it's going to look good.
Yeah, except for I'm going to be behind the blue screen. There you go. Looks better. All right, so now talking about looking better and not looking better. Where don't we want to start today?
Okay. I'm going to talk about the nonsense I've been hearing on air about the Lions. Okay?
Why do you listen to FM?
I can't believe how many people out there are shocked and stunned that this team is bad. You had all these people that watched Hard Knocks. They inhaled the kool-aid. They didn't just drink it. I mean, they vaporized it. They aerosolized it. Okay. And it was like, oh, my God.
Aerosolized?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, oh, they're going to get 8-9 wins. They got the talent. And, you know, for a couple weeks, yeah, they kind of slugged their way through to getting it close. And then this last week, yeah, it was a shit show. Okay. Yeah. Just a travesty. Okay. And it's like, well, no, they have enough talent. They should win 8-9. What?
No, they don't.
Where do you think this talent came from? Magic? It's the same players as last year, except for the edge rusher who's being double and triple teamed and taken out of every play. Okay, because there's nobody else on that defensive line that's playing worth a shit. Okay, Michael Brockers. He might as well not even be there. He's a ghost, okay? Mm-hmm. There's nobody else out there that's doing... Julian Okwara, give me a break. What a joke he is, okay? And, you know, you had a quarterback who was playing pretty good last year, Aurier, who just kind of imploded this year. So don't tell me, oh, they've got the talent to win 8-9 games. No, they don't. They didn't, and they wouldn't. And all you did is you drank all that Kool-Aid and glug, 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 glug. And, you know, all of a sudden now you're in shock.
Are you talking about the fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
morons. And not only the fans, but some of these people in the media doing these talk shows. It's like, oh, they've got the talent.
No, they don't.
Where?
Talent for what?
Where?
Because then they're saying, well, look how good, Goff was. It's like he never was. You guys played no team. That you beat Washington. Wow. And then they go, well, but we played, Minnesota in their first place. So we played Philadelphia in their first place. Their first place because you gave them a win.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Guys, that was the easiest part of your schedule.
And you know what? Of course, what do? We got to fire the coach.
Okay.
Well, you always fire the coach.
Yeah, I'd fire him now.
Yeah, I wouldn't break my heart to see him go, but it's not going to fix anything.
Yeah, well, because then they'll get a coach for sure that's better.
Oh, yeah, because they're all waiting in line to come here, aren't they?
Did you hear the thing about Cadwell? He's still looking for a job, and he was the one that actually took us to. Are you going to boot the guy out for doing 9-7 and then go, you want to come back?
Yeah. 9-7's not good enough. Well, maybe it was, actually.
Yeah, this is like those morons that have a hellacious marriage, and they go through a hellacious divorce, and then they wait 2 years and go, well, she wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking about, man? So here's the story. You're not going to bring back anybody. You're not going to bring back anybody that was with New Orleans. Really, you may have somebody from the Panthers want to come up. You may have Riviera want to come up. You could have had the guy from the Jets, and we're all going, oh, we could have had them. These are all the people that were so excited and you can go back to, I think, our July or August sports authorities, and we should bring up the tape, and say, look, we're all going, don't fall for the hard knock thing.
Yep.
It means you're the crappiest team in the NFL. If you had any kind of upside, they would not see you sad sacks because there wouldn't be any storyline. And then everybody went, oh, look how cute they are. Look, they dance and they sing and they do all this stuff. And boy, oh boy, Campbell is just, he'll bite kneecaps. And it's like, no, he's a moron. You can't ever learn on the job in the NFL level. You were never a coordinator, on either side. When you did have your NFL coaching thing, what was that number in Miami that you did? How good were you? Well,
look, if you really, and again, if you look at Holmes, he steps into this
Larry
position.
Holmes?
Yeah, Brad Holmes. He steps into this position. They'd already hired the coach.
Yeah.
Okay?
And now you do ass backwards.
So now you're stuck with this guy. And what you're doing is you're building a roster.
Yeah.
Okay? You stepped into a position where they had to get rid of the quarterback, take a huge cap hit.
Right.
You work through that year, and then you got two other guys with huge cap hits. 10% of your salary cap this year is dead money between Flowers and Collins, okay?
And $10 million next year.
Did you really think that was going to work? So now you're looking at next year, and what do you do at quarterback? Well, to me, you hang on to a Goff for another year. You draft a quarterback, you bring the guy in, you play Goff for a few games to let the new guy get acclimated. And then the following year, when you trade him or cut him loose, it's a $5 million dead cap hit. Okay.
Next year?
Yeah.
That was $10 million next year.
$10 million at the end of this year, or $5 million the next year out.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of swallow him next year, but you're gonna have money to work with, and you're gonna have some pretty good draft capital again. And what do? You're gonna draft pretty high this year because you suck. The Rams suck, so you're going to have a good draft pick there. And for example, you take a high quarterback, maybe you're drafting fourth or fifth, and you draft a high quarterback. And
wait. Draft where?
Fourth or fifth.
You hate that. Goes against all Kenny rules.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, boy.
Okay. I'm not chasing a guy. I'm not trading up to number one. But if I'm there and I got a guy who thinks it's going to work, yeah, I'll pick him. And in this case, you're looking at, right now you look at you look at Tankathon, and they rank the Lions. Right now they've got the 4th position in the pick in the draft, and the Rams pick is 13.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so you're drafting 4, 13, 36, and then early 3rd round. Okay, and if I take a quarterback at 4, and I take a big fat guy in the middle of the defensive line at 13, and I pick another couple defensive guys, that starts to make sense. Okay, why? Because next year you're not going to be that good anyway. So if you have to acclimate a new quarterback into the league, it ain't going to be that big a deal. And then the next year where you really open up the cap room, then you go buy some more guys, and then you're ready to roll. That to me sounds like a plan.
I can't believe something hit you on the head. You're going past all the Kenny rules. You go through, okay, that wonderful scenario, but if there's a Ken Pocket top 3 rules that are etched in stone, is it doesn't matter where you go, where you pick it, who picks them. And so far, how impressed are you by anybody?
I think Holmes has done a pretty good job in the draft. You look, there's been some busts. There's been some good picks later in the draft.
Give me 5 guys you like that he drafted.
You've only had 2 drafts.
All right, so you still have 5.
You got Sewell.
Yeah.
St. Brown.
He's hurt. China Dow.
Okay. Rodriguez.
China Dow.
Okay. And we, Lee McNeil's pretty good. And a couple guys that haven't hit the field yet. So
that was a tough question. I mean, I was just goofing with you, but it really is. I'm not impressed. I just again,
you compare it to league average, compare it to what we've seen here before. Yeah, pretty good. It's above average. Okay.
Are you impressed with your first pick? You impressed by somebody from Michigan?
Absolutely not. He's a rookie, and he has no help out there, so they're keying on him. What do you expect?
You could start now. He's all pro. Boy, he should go first. Boy, we should go up.
Yeah, hype.
And
boy, did we inhale that stuff, didn't we?
And where's Thibodeau? And how many sacks is he? He was even injured in the beginning of the year. And how many sacks does he have? Real sacks and strip sacks? As opposed to the guy from Michigan who can dance and sing. I'm not impressed. You guys screwed this one up bad. Everybody was going Thibodeau. Yeah, but he's a bad character guy. Okay. All right, that's what you get. Michigan guy. You're not, AC. So. And again,
we'll give it some time. But
you got time.
In the meantime, though, it's like I say, are you following a plan? Are you going to deviate off the plan? Well, we'll see. You hired the coach before you hired the general manager.
So the general manager gets rid of the coach.
Yeah. So now my question is too, who has your ear? Rod Wood?
Yeah. Oh, sure he does.
So these are the questions, the dysfunctional questions we've been dealing with all along.
Mm-hmm.
And they've yet to be resolved. Now, Chris Spielman's there. He's helping him out. Well,
what is he doing, by the way?
I don't know if he's doing anything.
What is he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's supposed to be, he tackled his grandma.
Huh.
All right. You can trot out that story many times as you want. As much as they used to trot out Bob Seger and Aretha. Here's music from Detroit. And nobody, really listened to, late in their careers. Obviously, they were fabulous in the beginning, or in the middle. Well, Bob, he was always good. We like Bob. Anyways, but the whole thought of the matter is, you have a quarterback. Oh, look at he's number 1 in offense. Boy, he's really okay.
Well, last week,
shit.
This week he was number 2. A lot of number 2.
Yeah, a lot of number 2. Here's the story. This coach, I wouldn't be mad if. First of all, I'm not mad anyways. It's the Lions. You get no emotion from me. But second of all, you don't hire a coach with 0 experience, and it shows at the Herald 4-9. to the point where it's like, oh, that's on me. That's on me. All right, you know what? I'm tired. Here's of all the cliches that we say, the best cliches that we've ever heard. I'm so damn tired of hearing any coach, manager, whatever. Yep, that loss is on me. That's all on me. I take it. All right, then fucking leave.
Yeah.
You suck. If they were looking like they were improving, I would say, okay, he's learning on the job. There you go.
Yeah.
You can't learn on the job in the NFL as a head coach. And you have a DO, defensive coordinator, DC, and it's like, all right, so now what you got? And now you have a special teams coach. That's shit, too, because you guys hire a punter, a kicker, and you don't use them, and you do 4-9. Look at the damn team you have, 4-9. You're up against New England, and you're going 4th and 9. Who the hell do you think's coming out?
In your own territory.
Yeah.
The hell are you thinking?
But, again, this goes, and here comes another Kenny rule. Here comes the smartest man in the room. Nobody would expect us to do 4-9 in our own. They would think we're stupid. So let's do it anyways. That will catch them off guard. Scooch, boom, thanks for the 6.
And that's the thing that I could not believe. I'm looking at it going, okay, I understand that you don't trust your defense, okay?
Yeah.
I understand you don't trust your special teams, right?
Yeah,
okay.
but your special team's
Fine.
okay.
But it's the first damn drive of the game.
Yeah.
Punt the goddamn ball away, kick it deep, see what you come up with. I know you're down 6-0, but you're not. I don't know. Just.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's like, you know what? It's a brain fart. Another brain fart.
Yeah, but it's on me, guys. It's on me. You know what? Then get an OC
Okay,
that's worth a damn.
Here's the revolver. We'll take it in the other room, and when we hear the gunshot, we'll come in and clean up.
Yeah. No, we won't even. We'll just put plastic on the walls and just tidy that way. It's unbelievably awful. And there is no getting better. There is no signs of getting better. And now, wait till St. Raymond comes in. I mean, remember the whole thing in the second game? Next man up! Next man up! You don't have a next man. You don't have depth. You barely have this. You have a 1-3 team.
Because this roster is not good.
No, it's not.
This roster was not going to be good. Oh, we should have signed some free agents. With what money?
Well, I thought they have money.
They didn't have money.
How much money they got now? I thought they were way
you
under the cap.
You got $19 million this year in dead cap money.
Yeah, but how much money
between Flowers and Collins?
How much money do you...
$3 million.
They got to have more than $3 million.
No, they have $3 million in cap space. And if they got to sign somebody off waivers for injury, you can suck that up real quick.
And then again, you take a look at Sue. And you go, he's still waiting for a job. And we talked about this last week.
He's not waiting for a job. He's turned jobs down.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The speculation is he doesn't want to play.
The point being that, there's no way possible that all 32 teams have phones. And it ain't jingling because I have not heard anybody that he turned down. Who did he turn down?
Cleveland.
He turned down Cleveland?
Yeah, he turned down Cleveland. He said, no, thanks. They gave him a pretty good offer, and he said, nah, I don't think so.
They got tons of money.
Yeah.
Well,
he didn't want it.
Jesus.
He's not playing. He's done.
What's really amazing to me is how fast Baker fell.
Oy.
I mean, Bubba Baker. No, kidding.
Yeah.
No, I mean, really, this guy, he had great commercials. And that's how I plot all my NFL players is how good of commercials they do, and why can't they transfer that as talent? How did you get that bad that quickly? But they didn't give him any weapons. They didn't give him an O-line. Here, let's try to...
Okay.
Dear Panthers, we'll give you some Detroit excuses if you like.
How about Sam Darnold? How about Carson Wentz? You look at some of these quarterbacks they bring in, and it's like...
How about Zappy?
Zappy? Oh, yeah. He sure looked good, didn't he?
Here's the story, friends. I mean, it's... third string rookie quarterback. Third string. Put 29 on you.
Drafted what? 20 third round, fourth round, something like that.
Was he drafted?
Yeah.
With a name like Zappy?
Zappy, Frank Zappy.
Yeah, and people are screaming his name. All of a sudden you're seeing, the rush from Cleveland, from the Cowboys, and that guy is what? He's 5-0 overall?
Yeah.
Damn, if you're the quarterback, dear Zach, yeah, things are looking grim in Dallas if you want your game. Because who do you go back with? Unless this guy's another Fitzmagic, but hey, they're not playing some dog teams. I mean, they ain't playing Shrine of Little Flower. Oh, hi, Michigan. How are you?
Yeah.
We get to you later. We'll get to you. It's like your parents. Wait till your dad gets home.
Yeah.
But it's like Dallas has been playing some teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get the easy picky things, and again, you could go back to when this NFL schedule came out. You and I both said, take a look at this Lions schedule. The second or third easiest schedule in the NFL, because that's the way the NFL does it, is that the crappy teams get the easy things so they can be parity up and blah, blah, blah. People were, at the worst, they were hoping for 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're at the bye. All our guys are going to get better. But is your coach going to get better? No, he's still rough and tough, and we're going to go for fourth down no matter what. I believe in my guys. And the other teams are hoping to God you go for, go for it.
Frankly, I looked at the schedule, and they said, okay, go into the bye, you're 2 and 3. You come out of the bye, you're going to go 2 and 7.
Yeah, easy.
Okay?
Easily.
And then you hit the soft spots. Okay? Well, you're 1 and 4. What if you go 1-4 out of the bye? You're 1 and 8.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a mock draft here.
Yeah, really. Yeah, the Detroit Lion 2022 schedule. This is the way that we do here in big time radio. All right. Yes. Okay.
Hi,
so
Siri.
Here we go. All right. So we have a bye this week.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Hopefully there'll be a blackout. Hopefully the NFL brings back the blackout rule, and we don't have to see this junk. All right, so you ready? Here we go. Week 6 is a bye. Week 7 at the Cowboys. Loss.
Yep.
At the Dolphins.
Loss.
At the Packers.
Loss.
You know why it's a loss at the Packers? Because this isn't the last game, and they're not hiding everybody so they can go into the playoffs fine, which always gives Detroit the big bone. It's like, look at and then here comes the Kenny rule. Look at our momentum for next year. We beat Green Bay.
Yep.
Have you figured this not out yet? You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of when kids put that kick me sign on the back of somebody. You haven't figured this one out yet? All right, so there's Packers loss. Week 10, the Bears.
Loss.
Why?
You really think this team's better than the Bears?
I think it's even money. We got to get into betting. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, we got to do. All right. So the over-under on that one is a -5, but they're a 134, and they're a 22 for a parlay. How should we do this one, Ken?
Oh, well, I would certainly parlay that one against the Dolphins, giving 3 in the over-under.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That's beautiful. That's good money. All right, take it from us. You'll be rich in no time. In no time.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Week 11, the Giants. Loss. Not even a thought. That's a loss, and that's incredible. That team is one of the biggest turnaround teams of all.
And that was one I was looking at as a win.
Yeah, the Bills on Thanksgiving.
Ay. Turkey time.
Unless they're playing down, they do a Detroit Tiger thing. They play down to the competition. The Bills been sputtering there, but, it's like feast time. Come on by. Have a lion, won't you? All right, against the surprising Jaguars in Week 13.
We'll see.
Pick 'em?
Yeah.
All right, so there's a pick 'em. So that over-under is 2,000.
Huh.
You can parlay that with a 184. All right, Vikings.
Loss.
Okay. Jets. Loss. Panthers. Interesting.
Win.
Depending on what team. The Panthers now are the Jaguars of
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on there? I mean, why do you bring back a coach for 4 games when you know you're going to bounce him? You know, did you think Baker Mayfield was going to help your team? You know, because your team doesn't kind of really. I mean, you're kind of Kansas City Royally, kind of. You know, you're crappy, but yet you have your spurts. And if you thought that, you know, that Baker Mayfield was going to be, you know, just misunderstood in Cleveland, you know, why do you think, as everybody goes, man, they shafted him in Cleveland. You know, they really were mean to him. They really pulled the rug underneath. They saw what this is. Pay him, you know, say thanks a bunch, and make him go away, and then pay this weirdo $250 million to play. All right, meanwhile, getting back to it. So we have the Bears, week 17.
Win.
Detroit win?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, okay, so you're splitting with the Bears?
Yeah.
Okay. Packers win.
Win.
Okay. So there's 2 wins at the end. Did
So I
we
give you 4 wins.
Panthers? All right. Yeah, because we said loss, do the thing with the fingers. Loss, 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 loss. All right. Win, loss, loss, win, win, win.
So you win a bunch of them at the end to screw up your draft capital.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Lions, SOL.
So Lions win 3 games at the end. Like they always win when the pressure is off.
Sure.
You know, and then we get all these things. Now, all of a sudden, it gets the stories of Detroit gets to play spoiler. Gives a fuck. How does that work out? Oh boy! I can't wait to pay my $200 ticket. I mean, it's like Lynn Henning is now writing for Lions Beat. You know, it's like, how did this work out? I mean,
what I want to see is how the Rams finish. Have you seen the team so messed up? I mean, my God, you know, they went through the on the radio today their salary cap. It's like they're so much tied up with the top 4 guys, and then 2 more guys with dead money. It's like 30 or 40% of their draft capital's tied up in 6 guys. 2 of them aren't playing for the team anymore.
Well, you have.
Boy, there's no depth. So you have a couple injuries on the offensive line, and they can't replace them.
You don't have a quarterback anymore.
No.
Because it's something that you said last week. Watch that elbow.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, as somebody has tendinitis in the elbow, it does not get better.
It gets better if you rest it for a while, but
not as a quarterback in the NFL.
It ain't getting better.
No, and it never was better. I mean, they went all in, and it worked for them. This is the downside of going all in.
Yep.
This is the 85 Tigers. You know, you know, remember when there was a world championship here? Oh, wait a minute, maybe not. You know, but that's true. I mean, that's when you go all in. You give, you know, the spooky thing is, we have Goff is what, $25 million per year?
30.
How many?
30.
He's 30 this year.
Mm-hmm.
When was he 25?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
Might have been his cap hit, but his salary's 30.
You take a look at, you know, now quarterbacks are going for $250 million guaranteed if you're somebody. You know, even if you're nobody. Why are the Cardinals paying $250 million for somebody who can't read? You know, he's the Patrick Ewing of quarterbacks, in our opinion. I mean, obviously the man can read, but he doesn't do, you know, he's sloppy, and he's like, you luck out for the very first, and then where do you go? And now you have, so now quarterbacks get guaranteed money, and they get $250 million with a B, $1 billion. So when you go to sign this guy again, you know, unless the whole NFL is going to go to rookie quarterbacks on rookie salaries, and then thanks. You know, baseball did that. Major League Baseball did that. Try to get cheap, you know, try to get fresh farm hands. Your team's going to look like Kansas City, but you're not going to get a Cabrera. So now, I don't know what they were talking about with the Rams, but with Stafford's contract, and he's going to renegotiate pretty damn quickly.
We already did.
I mean, here goes again. What stops him from doing it again? But then again, how beat up is your body, son?
Yeah.
How much of a letdown is this from last year? It's easy to see who he throws to.
And they have no draft picks.
Yeah, right. They got no draft picks. 17th round, maybe? 18th round? I mean, being facetious, but, all your good stuff's gone, and the crappier you are, and that's why everybody was bitching last year. It's like, oh, well, we don't need a draft pick if we won the Super Bowl. Whee! Well, guess what now? Now that you're crappy, and this is what...
you went to the top of the mountain. You won it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Now, welcome to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to hell for a couple of years, because Stafford's not getting better. So who are you going to have to throw to? Now,
well, we brought Allen Robinson in.
Who is Stafford's favorite target out there?
Cooper Kupp.
So all you have to do, and teams are doing this now, double team Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
And then he has nobody to throw to because Stafford is a one-person guy.
He throws to Tyler Higbee now and then, too, and he, oops.
Wing, 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 wing. Where did that go off of my head, my helmet, my what? So now he does it. So it's easy. I mean, now you know the Los Angeles playbook. Double team Coop. There you go. Day's over, and you had fun. So now that's the way you stop him, and you get through that O-line. You get through that O-line, and you pressure.
Because they've got injuries, and there's no depth, because you can't buy any depth. You spent all your money.
Yeah, and you can't draft any depth either.
Nope.
So I hope you love that Super Bowl. Because you really thought that this was going to go on for at least 3 years, and then you could have covered your draft pick. Well, that's how fast, from worst to first. I mean, obviously not worst, or first to worst, I should say. But, you're right, Ken. I mean, it's great to see that you guys will be in the 13th position, or we will be at the 13th position, But then we package that with our third spot, and we move up to 1 and get a quarterback.
Please help me. No. If anything, I'm looking at that third or fourth pick and going, can I go down? Can I?
Yeah, but who are you going to want? You know what I would want? I'd want a real veteran, somebody that's not on IR, somebody that's not coming off of IR, somebody that doesn't have a really bad drug problem or beats up women in the off season. I want somebody damn good that can walk right in. Don't give me Von Miller. Give me somebody that has some tread on the tire.
But I'm just looking at going, what you really, really need on this defense. Oh, we could use more, DBs and linebackers. No, I want a big, nasty son of a bitch in the middle of the defensive line.
I want Alex Karras somewhere.
Yeah.
I want Dick Butkus somewhere.
And I want Ndamukong Suh, but somebody who's a little more sane.
Yeah, or no. I mean, I want somebody even more nuts. I mean, really, I want somebody that people are going to make posters of. I want the Hanson brothers, from Slapshot. I want somebody that is just Lyle Alzado before, that tragic end. I mean, I don't understand how people don't look at Lyle Alzado and go before and after. This is what steroids do to you, and this is before everybody was like really uncool with it.
Here's the shriveled nuts.
Here's a shriveled guy.
Shriveled scrotum.
Yeah, I mean,
Oy.
but I mean, I think he would gladly take a shriveled scrotum as opposed to the rest of him. He looked like a pipe cleaner at the very end.
Yeah.
And he was the biggest, worst, nastiest of his era. Karras didn't give a damn. He would just walk right past you, step on your head, step on your hand. And the funny thing is, and he played without glasses, so he had to go on feel. So he didn't never, back in the day, you never wore glasses. Ditka was a tough ass guy too.
Yeah.
The fearsome foursome. You had some guys that really, but now here's something new, Kenny. How can you have a present day Dick Butkus, Alex Karras, maybe Lawrence Taylor, with the rules that you cannot touch the quarterback?
That's hard.
Yeah, so having Big Nasty back there, it's kind of like having an enforcer in hockey. You want it, it'd be great, but it doesn't seem to have the rules bend that way. You know?
Well, you have to stop the run, first of all. We don't stop the run.
No, not at all.
They run right through us. Okay, so you need to have somebody up there who can stop the run and somebody who can at least put pressure on the quarterback. Now, maybe you can't tackle the guy and roll over and he hurts his pinky or something and he get flagged, okay? But still, the point is you got to have that beef up front. And, going into this year, one of the things they had a concern about was they were undersized up front. And I don't mean that in a sexual way either.
I'm not looking.
Could be. I don't know, but
oh boy, not as far as I'm concerned. Get away, Mrs. Ford. Oh boy.
But they were certainly, and when Pinacini retired, that was a real concern that he was the biggest guy up front there, and when he retired, it's like, oops, we got to find some beef up here. So when you're looking at adding next year, and that's certainly a priority. Okay.
Yeah, but Holland was there. We like our defense. We're not going to make anything. It's like Mr. Holland.
Bullshit.
Where did you come from? Hockey. Now you're in football. Yeah. We like our losers. I mean, we like our guys. We can coach them up with perhaps one of the worst DCs.
Yeah. Well, you know what? What that means is, ESPN is sending in Hard Knocks cameras, and we've got to make a good show of this. But we know what we got.
Yeah.
And we know what we don't got. And we've drafted some people who aren't going to play the first half of the year, and we know that. We understand that 2022 is not going to be a good year for us, and we're kind of gearing up for the future, so the hell with it.
Matter of fact, that's Ken Holland right now calling, going, we like our everything here. We like everybody on our team. We'll give you that 6'8" kid.
Huh, yeah.
How did he magically get better on the Red Wings? Because he was iffy a lot. I mean, he was really raw rookie. So he makes the team. Okay. Unless he's a poster guy. Look at that.
People move up, people move down. Not a big deal.
Yeah, but he wasn't that good.
They hype the opening day roster.
The hype.
Big deal.
Yeah.
He could be in Grand Rapids in 2 weeks. He brings somebody else up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, really, if I'm not mistaken, the Red Wings preseason numbers were not all that great.
Nope.
But it's preseason.
Yep.
I never, ever, ever go on preseason because preseason does not give you, Ken Rule number 4, momentum.
And it doesn't give you anything that anyone cares about.
Not at all. It's an exhibition. That's except for the NFL and everybody else that you pay, top dollar for the exhibition games, and they know that, football people are hungry and they'll go to an exhibition game,
Especially in Detroit, because you might actually win one of them.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's why, from as far as I'm concerned, HBO better just leave the Hard Knocks cameras here. Then they'll be ready for next season. Hard Knocks 2. Can there be anybody more crappy than Detroit unless you go to Washington? Shoo, go away. But hey, we got the draft in a couple of years. Cares? What does that do for your team to win? And you stupid Lion fans, suck that up.
Yep.
Well, boy, we got Hard Knocks. Oh, but they love me. She actually smiled at me.
We're actually getting some good press from around the league.
Yeah, because they're all chuckling. They all know you have that kick me sign on your back. Oh, look, everyone's smiling at me. They love me. No, they're laughing at you because they know Hard Knocks. Name a Hard Knocks team, including Oakland/Vegas, that did Hard Knocks and had a great season after that. Can't think of many, if any, if at all. I mean, it's really pathetic to see Hard Knocks. It really is. It's a bunch of really nerdy people trying to get picked up at a bar, and that's and you're looking at this pathetic site, You want the lovable losers to win. You want some chick to go dance with them, and then, forever and always, maybe, she throws them her underwear or something. There you go, something to remind me for. And then everyone's like, attaboy, dude, that's the way to go. Boy, you're the real dude. Boy, to boy, And then when it comes back to the next day, when Saturday night, once again, you're a pumpkin. You're not a prince.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Hard Knocks is. It's here to laugh at you. It's here to make, some kind of storyline somewhere. And all the players are very conscious there's cameras here. And this is helping their stock. This is helping their brand. So when they go out and try to be somebody, then you'll recognize Saint Ra, or even Goff in his story. And, you might as well bring back Joey Blue Skies. Here's me playing piano, because that's what it was. They tried desperately to try. I mean, really, think of the personality that comes out of Detroit. There are none. Here's another one. Except for Detroit, like Little Caesars, what Detroit player has ever got a national contract commercial? Yeah, there's a reason. So you could say the same thing about Atlanta. However, since we live here, there is nobody. They were trying to do it with Joey, but boom. Might as well get June Davis. Might as well get Mouse Davis. Jeez, God, first, don't be a grown-up with the name of Mouse. But it's so Lion-esque. Let's get this guy. Let's get the run and shoot. Maybe we should bring that back. Maybe we should bring back the run and shoot, the stretch, the left wing lock. We'll bring that from hockey. The shift from baseball. Something's got to work, but you got to get rid of your DC. He's a crummy. It's so bad. We were on the trails last Sunday. Actually did Paint Creek. Sue and I threw on the bikes on the way we went, and there was like so many people during game time there. Normally there was no people, and now it's like they're living Lions free. And if you're going to have this bad DC, you're going to be Lions free. But we got the draft, and that's another Kenny roll.
And we're going to win the offseason.
Yeah, hell yeah. So we're going to get somebody who has a screwed up knee, because now here comes the great pumpkin crap again. Oh, you wait till he gets off. Boy, he's going to be the fastest burner down that sideline. You just wait. Just wait and see. Okay. You're going to come off an injury that badly, and all of a sudden you're going to light up, let's see, the Giants defense? No. Not even close, kid. You're going to come off that, and some safety is going to smack you silly. Ow! And here comes something again. And today we're doing the 10 Commandments of Kenny. Here's the 2 stones as I come down the mountain. It's like here comes all of the Detroit injuries. When Detroit teams go bad, here comes the injuries, and nothing worse than in the Lions. Because, man, when you become 2-7, all of a sudden people are out for 3 weeks for whatever reason.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, I can't play. Oh.
Yeah, really, that's exactly what it is. Need not know that. Okay. But that's exactly what it is. It's all of a sudden we get hurt. The Pistons do that too.
Yeah.
Michigan State does that too in basketball. Ow. But then again, do you want to talk about Michigan State football?
No.
And how much money did we give that guy? How much? And how much is that guaranteed? How much? Dandy. What we got to do, and it's got to be, in case you don't know, the sports authorities here, we don't have like those cool guy laptops in front of us, So all this stuff is pure knowledge from your 2 hosts here, But we're taking a look at how many millionaires are on Michigan State's team. How many people got the NIL? How many in Michigan? Because there's none in Michigan. None, yeah. 0. So I think it's, 2 weeks? It's Michigan State?
Yeah.
That's the only thing Michigan State would hold its hat on, and I can't see that as a win. That's got to be a fluky win. Oh, well. And so now you can see all these MSU players hitting the portal. See ya.
Yeah.
So Michigan, we got to tip the hat. No, we don't. Because we take a look at your Shrine of Little Flower pansy-ass schedule. Until you start walking into the Big Ten, you might as well play Rutgers and go, see, we're in the Big Ten. Yeah, who'd you really play?
Indiana gave you a hell of a hard time for a while.
Indiana can throw. I mean, that's kind of a hell of a deal. I mean, in a way, you tip your hat to Michigan because they figured out how to do this. Play pansy-ass schedule. Play Shrine of Little Flower. Play Little Sister of the Blind. And say, see, we're 2-0. We're undefeated. Okay. And then when you actually have to play, I mean, hats off to Michigan State for playing OSU. At least you played something. There's your barometer, And OSU is not as formal. OSU is like Green Bay. They have the name, but are you scared of them? There are some holes here. I just don't get Green Bay at all. I just don't.
No.
How do they keep chugging along? But then again, it's when you see Minnesota is on top, you kind of go, someone's got to be there.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, we just normally you pencil in Green Bay just because the Lions will never, ever do it. The Bears, the Bears are almost like the White Sox.
Yeah.
On paper, this was badass, and on paper, wow, they got new coaches that can do, can really help out the quarterback. These coaches really like the guy, not like the old coach. What's Chicago's record?
Well, the problem with paper is that's what you wipe your ass with.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, to take a look at the NFC North, I mean, see the NFC North schedule, or actually, what we should do is just take a look at the whole NFC North standings and just see how crazy. All right, so you got the Vikings at 4-1. You have Packers at 3-2. We knew that. The Bears are 2-3. Lions are 1-4.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like, but look, Detroit's, scored 140 points, more than anybody in the NFC North by a margin. That's true. Packers and Bears have not even made 100 points for. Not even close. But then again, Packers scored one more point than they gave up. They're 97-96. The Bears are 86-106. So that's, I mean, I don't know who the hell the Bears beat. They haven't beat Lions yet, but, that I think is kind of like, dear Green Bay, dear Vikings, how?
Yeah.
What kind of, all right, so one of those wins are Detroit's.
Yep.
And you could easily, and I always like the people, well, if you could have beaten them, they would have been 2-3, and then everybody would have been 2-3, and then we would have been, no, dude, like if my aunt had a dick, it'd be my uncle, so it's like, you can try all these scenarios all you want. And you can load up the stadium all you want because you saw funny guys, dancing and laughing and doing Michael Jackson stuff. And there's that one kid from Michigan. And, I mean, that sheen is way, way off now. Way off. Going way off, way off. For you Flintstone people. It's just nothing more to talk about.
You are 1-4.
You're 1-4.
That's it.
You're 1-4, and now you get to bathe in that for an off week, because really you got an off week early. But thank God you don't have to go to London, because London wouldn't want you. The cool thing is the NFL is actually thinking about having a division in England, in Europe. Take the Lions.
Yeah.
if we want to wake up at 9 a.m., that's a curiosity. I mean, maybe we could play a soccer team or a rugby team, And now you got AJ going across the pond to Korea. Where the hell did this happen? Why does the MLB, with teams, with people that don't want to go, here's the Major League Baseball, you have your stars who don't want to participate in one game in the All-Star break. You think they're going to travel around, Korea? I mean, really, who are you going to get? Torkelson?
Akil Badu. Badu.
What are you doing in my plane, Akil? No, it's like, who are you going to get? Because there's going to be nobody that's going to go. I mean, I'd take Green, but then again, I would like to rest Green.
Yep.
I don't want to see Green get hurt. I don't want to see some freak accident. And that's what all these millionaires, billionaires are talking about. Take Cabrera with you. He's a great, ambassador for baseball. He'll be in the best shape of his life. He really wants to play.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they're playing in like the month of November.
Yeah.
And then they're playing like the 3 games are going to be like all-star teams from Korea. What's the point? Who needs the money? Because who asked for this? Nobody.
MLB's got to be making buck off it.
There's your shitty ass, commissioner who could not be any worse. The worst. So, okay. Thank you. No, thank you, commissioner. Go away now. All right. Are you going to keep that guy on second base? Stupid. One of the dumbest damn rules. And now we have a shot clock. All right. So what happens if I'm on the mound and I drop the ball? Oops. Does the shot clock start all over again?
Nope.
It keeps going.
Keeps going.
No kidding.
Yep.
No matter whatever it is.
Yep.
Eh? So you can't hit the rim and then it resets itself? Bummer. Again, who in baseball is asking for a shot clock? Well, the young people don't show up because the game's too slow. Here's a thrill for you. Take a look at the stands. What's your demographic? The young people, they understand that they're 4K TVs. Now they're 8K TVs. Gives them the best seat in the house, and they're not paying hundreds of dollars to go. Now, baseball tickets are relatively inexpensive as opposed to the other 3. However, they still are. Thank God that baseball still has 162 games.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to weasel out and go south. But you know what? Really, do I want any games in March?
No.
No. Do I want any in November?
No.
No. So maybe we could pare back. Because look at how many snowouts you have April 2nd, April 3rd. Nobody goes out without a jacket, and you guys are expected to play baseball?
You have opening day and then 2 weeks of empty stadiums.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, welcome to opening day, especially in Detroit. But you know what? That's kind of even getting kind of...
Yeah, because this team sucks so bad.
I mean, you have a team that is worse now. 11 games worse than they were last year.
And they're boring.
Yeah.
It's a hard watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And then, then somehow AJ is all happy with this new, manager or big deal guy. Your president of baseball operations. They talk the same language. Uh-oh. So now you got this young kid, I guess. I don't know why we call people kids. You get this young kid that is, wants to make a good impression and stuff. And I think AJ smells blood. I think he knows that he can push this kid around.
Yep.
A lot.
Yep. Well, again, you got the manager who was hired before his boss. That's going to work out great.
Yeah, so far, how's that going? The one thing that I really want to see is, go get a baseball guy to do football stuff. One of my favorite. It was just the most genius move of
Yeah.
all time. Why don't we do that, you know? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. All right, talk about doing stuff. Talk amongst yourselves for just a moment.
Chatter, chatter, chatter.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's going to happen with these teams, but it's just nuts. You know, you look at the Tigers, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to make a lot of changes.
To
Hello.
what? Hi, you. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Sue.
I'm doing great.
Good.
Hi, Kenny.
Hey, Sue, we're just talking about the Tigers. They're going to make a lot of changes, huh?
Yeah.
I was listening.
When?
Always listening.
Before
Since I got home at 7:30.
Before we go too much further, it's Sue Martin, of course, our special events director, and now NFL defensive specialist who can now recognize a 4-5 defense, a nickel, and a Tampa 2. So there you go. So now there she is. And also,
about the Tigers.
Also the folks the woman that broke the internet this week, with thousands of people, literally thousands. Normally we say that as hyperbole. It's not. Literally thousands of people checked in to say, ha-ha or not ha-ha, but hello to her adventure in the fine funny car of David Payne. The fine, what would that be, a BBFC, Job well done. They liked, and people were talking about seeing that tush when the guy putting his hand on there, and we say, "Oh no, you don't."
No, the excitement of being in a funny car.
Yeah,
Nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah. Anyways, and you didn't even have your white pants on. I mean, good Lord. Okay, talking about good
It was
Lord.
cold out.
All right,
It's after Labor Day.
Who, as we talk about baseball here, do you see that AJ is kind of like tossing around this new general manager or president of baseball?
No, I did not see that.
Okay, good. Well,
I put in a 12-hour shift today.
Well, you can, but sports goes on forever. All right,
Yeah,
so
I'll catch up tomorrow.
So
that's your guys' job, to catch me up.
It's 4 so's. So now that the Tigers are done, and they lost 11 games more this year than last. All right, First Susan Ken, what do they change?
Yeah, I did hear that. I heard him a little bit on the radio this morning too. But yeah, you got to let Miggy just pay the man his last year. I love him dearly. I mean, what he's done for the sport, what he's done for the Tigers up until the last couple of years. Go out with your head high for one. Don't.
If he went out with his head high, he would have went out about 7 years ago.
Yeah, well, before it gets any worse, go now.
Get any
And that would
worse?
free up. He could get worse.
How?
He was worse at the end of this year than what he was at the beginning. I mean, yeah, he didn't play, so he just sat home and ate bonbons. From what he has looks at the end of the year, from what he started, yeah, I know he's always in the best shape of his life. But
everybody knows that cliche now. Yeah. Yeah, but there's...
Well, they say it to us enough.
There's no way in God's green earth they have MLB's got to give him his goodbye tour,
Yes.
and everyone's got to give him little framed trinkets and a rocking chair and et cetera, et cetera. He's at
maybe plays one game per,
which he basically does now. Yeah. So there's no way.
Well, yeah, but not even one game per city. Not one game per series, just one game per city.
That's what he does now.
And what?
Okay.
He usually plays one game per series.
Name it at the last 40 games he played.
Well,
All right, Kenny, what do they do?
Preemptive Tommy John surgery for all pitchers. Just do them all at once. Get them all done. They all come back at the same time. Then you get a staff. This dribble, drabble, one at a time. You never get a staff together. So do them all at once.
Genius move. And then you make sure that you bring Edwin Zalwardo's wife or girlfriend or whatever here in Detroit, so everybody can keep an eye on what's going on, and then he doesn't have to go so far away. You know, if he needs to kick ass, he's only a few miles away. He doesn't take a chunk of your season. But if you were impressed with him at all...
No. What you do is you bring Avisail Garcia back to town to take care of any problems, right?
Yike. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Where's he playing now? I mean, that was such a Chicago fun thing.
Yeah, last I saw him, he was in Tampa, but I think he's gone from there now, too.
Wow, that was rough.
Yeah.
You know, anyways.
It's going to get rough in here. Rough.
Yeah,
Get your helmet on.
It is. All right, so there we go. All right, Sue, so if that's your recommendation to make the Tigers better next year. Okay, so you're taking out a 191 bat out of the lineup, you know, and a below-average fielder, you know, and that will help you out. I mean, I do like Torque as front. I mean, just so that guy could hit 250.
Awesome on first. You couldn't ask for a better first baseman. Hopefully he can get his act together a little bit in the off season as far as batting. But, yeah, I like him at first.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with Detroit. They won in the end there, so the momentum will carry over for next year. It's like with the Lions, too. Yeah. As long as you win at the end. What's that?
And everybody has their Tommy Johns all in the off season. I like that idea. They'll all come back.
Brilliant. That is because we don't even have to wait. Yeah. But, all right, so if everybody started right now, then we wouldn't see anybody into 2024.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. You know, so that means we'll just slog through next year. You know, we can bring
one more year.
Have Cody Clemens pitch.
He will be anyways. Let's see. You bring back Norris into the rotation. That'd be dandy. You know, bring in Chafin. That'd be dandy. You know, there you go. And then we'll see if, I don't know, one of the Castro brothers can throw.
Both of the Castro brothers.
Oh, we got to have them ready.
You got to bring in more Castros.
It's something that Sue and I were watching some games, and we can't believe that major league hitters can't light up guys that are throwing 40 miles per hour overhand. You know, there isn't any. You're either going to walk or you're going to smack the shit out of these things, and they don't. I've only seen that once where they get lit up. Radio
I think
for
they
one.
went a couple of times through the rotation. They definitely would. It's just such a shock to their system that to see a ball come over that slow.
Yeah, but I mean, you're 2 miles per hour over wiffle ball. You know, because that's what these guys are. They're just hoping the guy to hit somewhere over the plate. And to see major league hitters as opposed to somebody in Kansas City who seems to be befuddled by this. You know, if I'm Aaron Judge, here's 61, 62, 63, 64. You know, somehow, some way, I would have Aaron Judge pinch hit for everybody. So, but that's the name of the tune. All right, so we have a few minutes here. Real quickly, we'll do the lightning round. What do you see? Let's see. Red Wings begin in just a couple of days. Kenny?
Well, it's going to be interesting. We got a better team than last year. How much better, we don't know yet.
We'll find out.
Yeah, you got Edvinson did not make the opening day roster. They're going to give him some time in Grand Rapids to get acclimated to the smaller ice surface. And you've got some free agents you brought in that should make the team somewhat better. But how much better? Probably not a lot.
And you'll find out because the new coach, people haven't tuned out yet.
That's right.
It's on me. It's on me.
Uncle Fester.
Hey, I don't care if he lights up the light bulb in his mouth. You know, at least he does it. Suze, what do you think about this year's Red Wing?
No comment on the Wings. I haven't seen a minute of it.
Well, here.
I'll watch the games when the season starts. I'm a baseball gal. And I'm forced to watch hockey because now baseball's done.
Because your mom watches hockey. You're not forced. It's on when she's on.
I can put NASCAR Granny on. She could answer those questions better than me.
That's right. 95-year-old now, NASCAR Granny. Watching them Red Wings. You know, okay, so.
Likes hockey. I tolerate hockey.
Hockey's good for you. They're going to have horses play next year on the ice. You're going to have one thoroughbred. One thoroughbred and one Clydesdale by the net. Clydesdale can't go past the blue line. Hey, add something. I mean, get the Western folks over. Okay, so we got that going. Pistons.
They do make stickies for their shoes. So they
Only
don't
you
slip on
would
the
know
ice.
about that. Okay. Pistons, Kenny.
No comment.
All right, Sue's Pistons.
Piston. What's a piston? The only pistons I know is in my car.
Ay.
Basketball is
All right.
not my sport. I won't even substitute basketball for baseball. Sorry.
All right,
That's
so
when I go for walks.
It doesn't
when a
matter.
basketball game comes on.
It doesn't matter if you know anything about basketball
I
either.
can't even tell you who the coach is.
Seriously.
Keep
Don't keep going on here. It's cut your losses while you can, Or you can be like an ESPN guy, doesn't know anything about basketball, talks anyways for 2 hours. Doesn't matter. All right, so there you go. University of Michigan, Kenny.
Well, who have they beaten? They're going up against Penn State now. So, okay, Penn State's pretty good. They're also a ranked team. So maybe we'll see something here. But up to now, they haven't shown anything because they haven't played anybody.
Okay, Suze.
Go Blue.
Should have known. All right. MSU, Kenny. Okay, that was an easy one. Suze,
Go
MSU.
Green?
No.
But all I know are the two, blue and green.
And we got a bye week this week, too. Okay, good. So, pretty well damn soon, since she broke the internet last weekend, we're hoping that next weekend, when the Lions come back, that, DC Sue, or Sue DC, depending which way you want to look at it, we'll see if she can call some plays. Maybe I should do this live. Yeah, I know there's all kinds of legal entanglements for us to do our own broadcast while watching the game, but maybe it'd be kind of fun,
If we can bet on it at the same time.
That's coming. So, okay, Suze. Next week's game is over-under is 14 1/3 right now. They're going to take the parlay, or you're going to go for the money line?
Under.
Under?
Good call.
Wow. Man. See the limb. See Sue on the limb.
See, yeah. Everybody got to put their money on that one. Going to take it to the bank.
Yeah, really. That's cash money. I wish that we had like a sport duel or fan duel or fan. That's what I like. We'll call it sport duel. That'll be our own. That'll be ours. Because God knows everybody wants to now. All right, talking about wants to now. We got to get out of here. Oh my gosh, it's going to be like a Sports Authority XL with all three voices, and I'm glad that everybody's here. Thanks, Suze, for being. To come out of the bullpen there. And give those hard-hitting things about the Pistons. However, that's what baseball's all about. I'm surprised that that's where you're going to go with just getting Cabrera out of the place. But, I would severely start with a new infield. Anywhere on the left-hand side, and let's rock. Trade your big deal acquisition to anybody.
Anybody.
Trade him to Toronto. Toronto's deep in SS. So, anyways, but we're deep too.
Well, maybe just put Cabrera out there.
To where? Shortstop?
Yeah, he's been as a backstop. He keeps getting bigger and bigger. We can just plant him out there, and he'll be a backstop.
Well,
Ball will just hit him and bounce off, and somebody else can get it.
Like the whale and goal in the Geico commercial.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but we could also. It's he did play third base, so playing shortstop would be a natural. And he again next year he'll be in the shape of his life, knowing it's his last year, and he's going to really embrace baseball and love it as much as he does. Yeah,
but I was kind of looking at the opposite. He just eats and eats off, and then we just put him out there as a brick wall. The bigger he gets, we'll just plant him out there.
Yeah, but you can't do the shift anymore next year.
Good. Thank goodness.
Okay. All right. Talking about seriously, we got a split. So,
alrighty, yes.
All right. So listen to us on Space Duel and Sport whatever. And goddamn, as much as the betting crap, this is your betting free zone here. You don't have to worry about some marginally okay looking blonde, to try to suck up your money. God, I hate those commercials. God, she's awful. If you're going to appeal to drunken white men betting, get somebody better looking than that. Egad, I was embarrassed. Anyways, what I'm not embarrassed about is you can get us on Podbean and on iHeartRadio and whatever the Apple thing is nowadays. It used to be, so now I think it's iPod, whatever it is for the Podbean. Oh, we also do want to say that, thanks to you folks, we went over 20,000 downloads, and we'll be talking about that more. But, so this is going to be kind of fun. For our special event director. Sue Martin, and the Super CPA Ken Pocket, John Sarver, thanks so very much for being with the Detroit Sports Authority, and we'll see you again next week. Ready?
Yep.
On the Detroit Sports Authorities. Bye!
Bye.